Yeah, it's pretty enormous.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Another special unboxing today. It's been a very, very busy week already in preparation for our friend Juji Mufu, John Call, to be coming out to the Farm Gym Dojo to play around. We've got some special toys that just arrived today. UPS didn't send all of it, but let's check out the FreeBell. This FreeBell here has pivoting handles. It moves super smooth, behaves a lot like a kettlebell might, but it's got some special attributes to it that you can very clearly see, give it a really unique training experience. Let's take a deep dive into the FreeBell. So right out of the gate, one of the things we'll want to reiterate is this is actually a first production run, somewhat of a prototype model, although my buddy Thomas Lower, the inventor of the FreeBell, has some really great plans for these, for what's already been discussed between Thomas and I. I'm going to show you another iteration of the FreeBell that's much more of a sort of demonstrative or demonstrative model for fun special events. We'll talk about that later, but suffice it to say that the FreeBell here has tons of functionality and gives you options for training that you wouldn't normally experience, that you see how clean and smooth that pivot happens, but you can also take these apart by taking these bolts out, remove the entire pivoting handle system here, clean it out, make sure that these things stay super nice. He does have plans to update the finish on the FreeBell here and make it into something that's a truly spectacular and finished production design, as well as a wide variety of different weight options, including heavier and much lighter options for therapeutic level training, as well as more metabolic type training, and of course heavier resistance training. So the FreeBell is going to give us tons of great functionality when it comes to training some of our Olympic movements. So let's take a look at the bigger Circus FreeBell that was sent as well. So within this box we have contained the Circus FreeBell, special ordered, specially designed for these sort of strongman competitions, and you can see that this is something that has a certain je ne sais quoi to it when it comes to the visual aspect of it, as well as having this nice fat grip handle to it, and you can see that it pivots. When we move this thing, it's going to definitely be a lot harder to work with, especially if there's added weight, which luckily our friend Thomas sent us these detachable weight plates to put on either side of the Circus Bell, and you're going to bolt those in with these bolts here. So let's try that out next. All right, so imagine what we're going to do here is affix this plate here. Take note that the regular design of the FreeBell is going to be this smaller model here. As you can see, again, it's got that pivoting handle to it. Lots you can do when it comes to developing hand, wrist, forearm, and doing your snatch type motions as if you were holding a kettlebell, but in this case, the movement, the power generated pivots through the handle rather than through the object itself. All right, so the FreeBell Circus Bell versus the traditional FreeBell. So I'll reiterate, this is much more of a promotional design. This is going to be your true FreeBell design, going from smaller weights in 3 or 4 kilograms all the way up to heavier weights, probably somewhere around 30, even 40 kilograms, I would imagine. But a lot you can get done with a design that allows you to pivot that handle smoothly no matter what. So let's play around with these guys a little bit and put them to the test. So as you may imagine, You can do all your stuff like weighted carries. I like that this thing is so smooth you can very comfortably work wrist flexion and extension. But then if we're working movements that involve the clean and the press, we can very smoothly pivot through that handle, and even stuff like snatches are much more comfortable. We can very easily work that snatch movement and even throw a little bit of an element of surprise by actually whipping that handle around. You see? Where the weight is swinging over the top. That allows you to have to really functionally stabilize at the top of the movement, and that's not something that you see every day. You may have seen I work with a number of other kettlebell-like or alternative kettlebell-like objects. Those are all in fixed positions. This is the first time I've seen a design that allows that handle to smoothly pivot like that. So really, really cool engineering and design here. I believe Thomas has an engineering background and machining background as well, which is big when you're trying to design metal, rubber, foam objects of any kind. This thing is going to hold up really well. I can already tell just by the construction here. If you look at how these housings look, all this stuff has really clean cuts to it, and I'm excited to see the final production model. Again, this is just a prototype, basically, first production run. So we'll see how these guys build up over time, and I'm really excited to get to start programming this stuff in with clients, because that kinetic chain can function much more smoothly when you're working with something that's got a pivoting handle like that. Now, the Circus Bell. That Circus Bell has obviously a much more unwieldy design. I do have to be careful because there's these bolts on the inside, but you can see how hard that is to stabilize. It starts shaking, rocking, and rolling, and that's definitely something that adds a really unique quality to the instability, the neurological factor of stabilizing any kind of mass, especially any kind of mass that's moving under speed. When we have a lot of load against our tissues, that's one thing to be able to move it smoothly and in a balanced way. It's a whole other beast to have to handle weight that's kind of shifting all over the place. That's that unique value of training with odd objects like sandbags, things of that nature, and really takes us back to a lot of our roots when it comes to early training methods that involved somewhat primitive training tools. This is kind of a nice, modern, yet primitive option that you can see looks very similar in movement pattern to some of the old school shot put type bells that you'd put steel shot inside of the outer casing, those circular bells. This is a really fun and unique way to approach it. I'm super excited to apply this Circus Bell as well as this traditional free bell to our training with Juji Mufu. I just want to thank Thomas Lower from FreeBell for sending these out in such a short period of time. I know that's not easy to do, and we're definitely going to have a lot of fun as we develop with this product. It's not every day that I get these first production model and prototype type style products, and it's going to be a really great design that allows people to completely change the way that they approach training and almost puts these movements in a class of their own just on the design of that product. Really, really fun stuff. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you in the gym, y'all. Live kinetically. And stay tuned for more fun with me, Kinetic Coach Dan, and Juji Mufu at the Farm Gym Dojo tomorrow. We're going to have an absolute blast with the FreeBell and so many other of our friends. See you in the gym, y'all. Live kinetically.